welcome to Legal Essentials. Today we have something very, very special and unique to share with you guys. I remain your host, Akpabio. If you've been following the media posts, you will know it's very, very hard to pick a side or even gain a verifiable point on the ongoing saga between our Senate President, Senator Akpabio, and Senator Natasha. This case is even more than a Nollywood film, from her accusing the Senate President of sexual harassment and misuse of office. And today I have here with me...
I'm Wildy.
Hello everybody, my name is Manny and welcome.
Alright, Wildy and Manny, you're welcome to the show. So today, we are all here to discuss this whole issue, to know our points on this case. Whether we are siding anybody or we are neutral, we want to know your case or your views about the whole case.
Well, personally, I am neutral because I wouldn't like to get myself into this mess. I mean, it's one thing to say out your mind. It's another to offend one of those people with what you have on your mind. So I'd rather remain neutral. But I think before there's smoke, there's always a fire. Yeah. So I feel like there is something that led to this. This is not all, like, what we see on the news is just all we know. We don't know anything else. We just know from the part where Natasha seemed to have had enough after she found out that her seat had been changed. Apparently, she screamed out the rule number 10, I think, something like that. At the Senate. Well, I do understand at that moment she was feeling angry, but in my opinion, she could have handled just that part better. But then again, I don't know the whole story. Maybe if I were in her shoes, I would have reacted in a different way. Or maybe I would have reacted like her. I wouldn't know. Because I don't know what happened. None of us know what happened. You know, in the news just shows you what has become the news. You get?
Yeah.
That's true.
The news just shows you what has become the news. And the news is Natasha has accused Senator Akpabio of sexually harassing her. What do you think?
Well, first of all, I think you are right. The news tells you what has become the news. Most times it doesn't cover the preambles, what has happened on the background, behind the scenes, what has led up to this. Yeah, eventually maybe it does, because there's what we call investigative journalism, where you have to go just behind the covers, dig up stuff. But in this case, this is really not the case. This is just some juicy story. Everybody's jumping on it. Oh, and it's even very, very sensitive now. Oh, sexual harassment. So how did we get to the point of sexual harassment? No kidding. Senator Natasha is an absolutely beautiful woman. She is, you understand? Yeah. But who knows what has happened? Just like Wildy said, who knows what has happened? Who knows what happened behind the scenes? Is this all the story? Nobody knows. Could there have been something going on between them, mutually beneficial? Nobody knows. Really, really, I'm picking from your word. You said what we saw is like the parts where she's fed up. Yeah.
So meaning it didn't just start by just coming
yes,
on to
it didn't start from there. It didn't start from there. Personally, I think that the senator's husband has been friends with the Senate President for a long time. Even whilst the Senate President was the governor of Akwa Ibom State, they were doing business together. You understand?
What is too small?
So it's very, 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 it's like, how do I say, something sweet gone sour? Who knows?
Family fight.
Family feud, who knows?
Yeah.
But it's quite interesting. I may be laughing, but it's not really funny.
Yeah.
That's the truth, because it's very, very sensitive right
Yeah.
now. Yeah. So
All right. Can you talk about the exchange of words between the Senate President and Senator Natasha at the Senate?
okay, I mean, a lot has been said, but personally, I think that the Senate President has maintained more calm, more quiet than Senator Natasha herself. When you say exchange of words, right, from my own perspective, or okay, let's not mince it. Let me dissect it in stages. First of all, the Senator Natasha is pissed that why should her seats be changed, and she reacts, right? And I mean, the next ball game here is that the Senate Committee on Ethics punishes or rules out some punitive actions on Senator Natasha, that she shouldn't obey a direct order from the Senate President, regardless of who it is, the office, not the person, something like that. But the truth of the matter is that, yes, sometimes we can lose control.
Yeah,
you understand? We can really lose control, and we can do stupid things that we may regret. So yes, I wouldn't really say that she was right or she was not right. Who knows what was going on inside? You understand? Even recently, yesterday, I read an article that was talking about the Senate President's legal counsel trying to talk to Senator Natasha to settle out of court, and she's still really pissed, and she's saying that what she feels, how she feels. That means this woman was really, 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 really angry and out for blood. You understand?
Yeah.
And it communicates a lot behind. You understand?
Yeah.
It's her personality. She never gives up. She's always out for a fight, or she's really hot.
Yeah.
You get my point?
Yes.
It communicates a lot.
But don't you think that if she was a hot-headed person, this wouldn't be the first instance where she blows up?
Okay, so technically, right, this is not the first time. I remember when this matter started earlier on, we all know popular Facebook pundits, I won't call him pundit, Reno Mokri. He came up saying in 2014 or thereabout that Senator Natasha had accused him of sexual harassment, and how he was able to battle the case, that he was out of the country at that point, and her evidence wasn't just matching up. And shortly after, she took off all accusations or allegations online, and they actually ended up settling out of court with cash settlement and all of that.
On Tuesday, October 12, 2021, Natasha Akpabio had a dispute with me, and after the dispute, she went on social media and accused me of sexually harassing her. She claimed that at a state banquet at the Aso Rock Presidential Villa held by President Goodluck Jonathan for the visiting Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta on Tuesday, May 6, 2014, I had sexually harassed her. Now, the thing is, a month before, the Chibok girls had been abducted. And as one of his presidential spokesmen, President Jonathan sent me to the United States as a special envoy to try to clean up Nigeria's image. I left in April, and I wasn't back in Nigeria until the end of May. So obviously, Natasha Akpabio lied. So what I did, I went on social media and I published my passport stamp with my passport leaving Nigeria and then entering the United States, showing the stamps. And I also published a first-class British Airways ticket showing that I left Nigeria for the United Kingdom and from the United Kingdom to the United States, and I wasn't in Nigeria throughout the time when Natasha Akpabio accused me. So she obviously lied. So what happened is that after the newspapers published my evidence, Natasha deleted all traces of her accusation. She deleted everything.
So yeah, this is not really the first time. But again, there's something about this thing. People will always tell stories to make them look good and make the other person look bad. So I personally have credibility issues with
What you see online.
with what you see online.
Yeah.
What you see, what you hear, and what the reality is.
Yeah.
It may technically not always be correct all the time. So, yeah. So I would say there's an allegation that this is not the first time that she's making such allegations.
Right.
Everything is alleged.
You said something.
Okay.
You said something. Number one, Natasha is a very, very beautiful woman, which we can all see.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anybody did anything, but we are just saying that it may be right, it may not be right, that these allegations are true. Because somehow, let's say, we can see it. This woman is not ugly. She is very, very beautiful. That's number one. Number two, from what Wildy said and what you said, is that maybe they had an history. That's with the Senate president. They had an history. Then now, the third one is going to come up with a question. You said something about the exchange of words in the Senate led to the disciplinary committee bringing her down from her seat. So, Natasha said something on a show, on which I think Channels TV, that she has seen senators fight at the Senate, tear their shirts, tear papers, a lot of things. I personally, growing up, I've been seeing videos of senators fighting at the Senate. So why is it that her case now, she has to be suspended? Is this suspension a way to silence her against this allegation? I'm not saying anything, I'm just asking you a question. I want to understand, because Natasha didn't tear anybody's shirt, she didn't hold anybody by the neck. Should I say she was trying to fight for herself? Should I just say women, the most power women have their voices. So she had to voice out at that point. So I just want to know, what do you have to say about that?
No, women or not, believe me, there are a lot of crazy women out there who don't mind gearing up and, delivering a punch the moment someone says rubbish. But the fact that Natasha, she did it in a respectful way. Not so respectful, but respectful. Better than anyone else could have handled it. Anyone else inside that Senate could have handled it. And the fact that such a heavy punishment is given to her, I believe you're right. She didn't tear anybody's shirt. She only quoted some things. And then she said that it's not fair.
Yeah.
How is that wrong? Why is she being suspended? Not to question the authority or anything. After all, it's the rule of law.
Okay, so Wildy, I hear you. Truth is, in the past, there's been a lot of badly behaving
senators.
I don't want to say senators, generally badly behaving people in the legislative arm of government. I can remember some years ago, somebody took the mace and ran away. A lot of infighting. Right? But I do not really recall any serious punishment for those people. So it looks like there's a lot of bloodlines. Is it that time the justice system was not very effective, or has things changed? Is it getting better? Or you can't really tell. But in this particular situation, right, there's a picture. The story is painting a picture, and this is exactly what it is painting. That this is a woman, and they want to keep her quiet. And it's not. The picture is not looking good. It doesn't mean that is exactly what it is or it is not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that this is what it looks like right now.
Yeah.
And it's not fine, really.
Yeah. All right, so now I have questions for both of you. I'll start from Mr. Mani. So let's just assume in the future, a lady who is a stunt and accuses you of sexual harassment, what will you do?
Okay, this is quite personal. Well, I can't. I don't know. I mean, who knows what I will be in the future? It depends. Different scenarios warrant different kind of reactions.
Yeah.
So now, the first question is, will I be guilty? If I am guilty, right, in that scenario, I will. The truth is that I'll try to appease her. I'll try to just make it go away. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I mean, I'll try to make things right, right? But if I am pretty innocent, right, I think I'll fight it really bad. So in today's world, right, I think this knowledge, right, will probably also shape how I will handle that situation. In reality, in today's world, right, regardless of if you are wrong or right, if you do something and it is made public, especially in the social media, if you come out to apologize, they will lynch you more. If you sit down and say, I mean, please don't take my words, but if you tell everybody, I don't care, I did it and I don't care, or just behave like you don't care about anything, everybody's going to keep quiet. Another way is to absolutely keep silent and don't do anything. The story will die and the memory span is really short. It's just that maybe in the future it can come back to haunt you. Several times we've seen people go dig up Twitter posts from 10 years ago and all of that. But I mean, truly, the memory span is short. Yes. But things on the internet never really go away. But people's memory span right now is short. So this will technically affect the way I will handle the matter, whether I will apologize or I will not apologize, I will fight it or I will not. There are thin lines to everything. You understand? Yeah. Okay,
so Wildy, let's imagine you are a man. In the future, a lady accuses you of harassing her sexually. What will be your first move?
Question number one. Let me ask you a question back. Actually, two questions. Did I do it?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the determinant. There are two cases. I did it or I didn't do it. What I would have done if I had done it wouldn't be the same as what I would have done if I didn't do it. If I didn't do it, as he said, keeping quiet is the best thing. You just fall silent, and after a week or two, nobody's gonna remember that shit because.
Oh, sorry, let me cut you off from there. This silence you people are talking about, how will you handle the dragging from social media with your silence?
Well, sorry, I'm cutting you short, but everything is all about attention seeking and giving attention, right? If somebody is seeking your attention and you're not giving it, very soon they'll go away, or they will absolutely go crazy, but they will still go away. But if you keep feeding them, the more you start giving attention, right, the more you are fueling them to want more attention. So yes, keeping quiet and going silent can also be a solution to the case.
All right.
If I didn't do it, I'm gonna keep quiet. But if I did it, I don't think that should be released on social media. But that's the point, yeah? We don't know the type of person Senator Godswill Akpabio is.
Yeah.
Assuming he did it. I'm not saying he did anything, but assuming he did it. As a man, wouldn't you want to protect your interest at all costs? I mean, don't get me wrong, but men and their ego are like 5 and 6.
Yeah, bringing you another topic.
So I've heard what both of you have said and have something to add personally. Okay. I think no wrongdoer will come out and say, I did this thing, I'm a bad person. No one will come out and say, well, I harassed this woman sexually. Even if you come out as a man, I think I've not ever seen a man that comes out to be like, yes, I raped this woman. They'll either say, she seduced me, I tried my best, she was still seduced me, that is why I harassed her. So I think no man will come out and be like, oh, I'm not saying the Senate president did this, but we are saying nobody will actually come out to say he or she did something bad. you must, one way or the other, find a way to protect your image and protect yourself. And Mr. Mani, you said something about compensation, which really, really makes sense. But wait, if we want to talk about compensation, considering that this is a fight between senators, should I say money can never be an issue? So why did this matter escalate outside the compensation case? I don't know if you understand what I mean. How did this matter get to the point that us now normal people have to hear without them being able to compensate themselves? You said something about Natasha's husband, should I say having a relationship with the Senate president. Why were they not able to see how this can be dealt with inside?
The answer is we don't know. We really don't know. But if I was to say something here, yes, money may not be the issue. Or money may be the issue. Man can be really insatiable with money, you know. But yes, let's keep money aside. But we have to be very, very sensitive with what we are saying, right?
Yeah.
Because when you are talking about compensation, we are somewhat insinuating that maybe the Senate president did it.
Yes.
Nobody knows. Everything is being alleged. You understand?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have to be careful. But the question is, why did the matter escalate?
Yeah.
I think that's the real question.
Yeah.
Why did the matter escalate? Yes, the matter may have escalated because of anger, because of tension, because of disagreement, even because of resentment. Who knows? You understand? Yeah, so, I mean, like you said, or like I said earlier, there are a lot of things that have happened that we don't know. Right now, we are like pundits. Right, yeah. We don't have, we are just airing our own views. Yeah, so we don't know. We don't know why it escalated.
I've heard everything both of you have said. So from your personal analysis and your personal view, where do you think this case is going to?
I would like to use the expression hellfire. But that would be too intense. Every pun intended, by the way. Well, I feel like it's gonna go up in flames sooner or later because you can't keep all your skeletons in the cupboard forever. You can't. One day someone's gonna come up to it, or you're gonna send someone to go pick up something from that cupboard, and then those skeletons will fall out. That's how it is. So whether be it from Senator Natasha's side or be it from Senator Godswill Akpabio's side, we don't know. We don't know, but surely there are some skeletons in the cupboard.
Where is this headed? I think that possibly two outcomes, right? Number one, is going to die, right?
Yes.
He's going to die a natural death. They'll settle each other, go back to being bros or whatever. Or it's not going to end well for one of them. Yeah, that's what I think. It's either going to die, that is everybody settles, or one party just is out for blood and blood is going to spill.
I mean, no, at this point, like from what I can see, Senator Natasha does not seem like a hot-headed person. I don't know if I've said that before. I think I've said it before. Senator Natasha, she doesn't seem like a hot-headed person. So for the fact that she is now screaming it in absolutely every media house, exactly, she's out. Bro, this is a bloodhound.
So from what you're saying is that this case can't just die until Natasha gets what she wants.
Exactly.
Well, not really. I'm saying that he may die.
Yes.
Or blood is going to spill. Either Senator Natasha's or Senator Akpabio's. The blood will spill.
All right.
You understand?
Yes.
Because the Senate president is keeping quiet doesn't mean he can't fight.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's guilty.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just trying, I'm the senior bro, you understand? I'm the big brother, let's play it calm. But if push comes to shove and he's really innocent, he may probably be able to let out some gut-wrenching punches. Yeah. I think there have been some. There's been some publications. Even the Senate president's wife, right, was suing Senator Natasha for defaming. I mean, in the early days of this case, we were seeing lawsuits flying everywhere.
Currently, Natasha is suing Senator Onyekachi ₦5 billion for a defamatory statement of calling Natasha an habitual liar, an habitual blackmailer, and a gold digger. Still under this case.
So lawsuits are flying everywhere. Yeah. But at the end of the day, two things. It's either going to die a natural death or blood will spill. Yeah, that's what I think.
This is very, very interesting. Like I said, this is more than a Hollywood movie. But what do? We just keep watching it to the end. Okay. Right now, we don't know how Fast and Furious is going to end. We are just waiting to see the final one. So in this case, we just wait to see how this whole case is going to end. Talking about lawsuits flying everywhere, what does the law actually say? Because that's what this channel is mainly for. So there is no citation, but since this is a sexual allegation, the burden is on the claimant to prove that the allegations are true and they indeed happened.
So, our lovely viewers, we can't really say much for now, but as the story unfolds, we will also follow, won't we? We would. We're gonna follow it. We're in this together. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course follow so that you could be up to this juicy gist.
Thank you.
Thank you.